Chosen One, stop scrolling. Something ancient, something hidden, has been whispering your name through time itself. For centuries, the prophets spoke of the seventh seal, a final awakening that would not come to destroy the world, but to awaken those destined to rebuild it. And whether you realize it or not, that prophecy has always been about you. Because right now, as the world grows darker, a light within you has begun to stir, and heaven itself is watching. The seal has been broken. When the seventh seal breaks, it doesn't happen in the sky, it happens in the soul. It's that moment when everything you once believed starts to shift, when illusions crumble and truth pierces through the noise. You start seeing beyond the surface of things. You feel disconnected from the world, not because you're lost, but because your spirit remembers where it came from. This is the seventh seal activation, the divine signal that your purpose is being awakened. The hidden meaning behind the seventh seal. In ancient revelation, the seventh seal symbolized divine silence, a pause before the next great move of God. But in your journey, that silence represents the stillness before your transformation. It's that strange quiet that comes after the storm, when you begin to see through the veil of deception. It's God holding His breath, waiting for you to remember who you are. Because when you awaken, the entire frequency of this planet shifts. Why you feel so different? You've always known something was different about you. You couldn't fit into this world, no matter how hard you tried. You've been misunderstood, isolated, and even judged for the light you carry. But that's because the chosen ones were never meant to blend in, they were meant to stand apart. You carry codes of higher consciousness that threaten the systems built on fear and control. The world fears what it cannot control. Every time you rise, the world tries to pull you back down. Every time you speak truth, darkness tries to silence you. That's because the system was never built for souls like yours. It was built to keep you asleep, to keep you doubting your own power. But now the spell is breaking. You are remembering that you were never ordinary. You were chosen for a divine purpose that cannot be stopped. The signs of the seventh seal within you. You've been seeing numbers, patterns, and symbols that don't make sense to others. You felt sudden surges of energy, vivid dreams, or deep waves of emotion for no reason. You've started losing interest in shallow things and craving truth, peace, and purpose. That's your soul aligning with divine timing. You are awakening to your original design, the pure consciousness that the world tried to make you forget. Heaven is releasing you into purpose. The seventh seal marks a transition, not an end, but a new beginning. It means your mission is no longer hidden. The universe is aligning divine opportunities, people, and signs to guide you. But you must listen. You must trust that inner voice that has been guiding you since the beginning. You are the living prophecy. You were never meant to just read about miracles. You were meant to be one. The prophecies weren't written to predict, they were written to awaken. And right now, the awakening has begun through you. Your light, your story, your struggle, all of it is fulfilling something cosmic. The world doesn't need another follower. It needs you to remember your power. The time of revelation is now. This isn't just a spiritual phase, it's a sacred calling. You are being prepared to step into your destiny. Every challenge, every betrayal, every moment of loneliness has been part of your training. The universe hid you until the appointed time, and that time is now. When you rise, everything connected to you rises too. Chosen One, hear this truth. The breaking of the seventh seal means your spirit is no longer bound by illusion. You've crossed the threshold between who you were and who you were always meant to be. Now your mission is simple: walk in truth, spread light, and awaken others. Because this generation has been waiting for the sound of your voice, the frequency of your faith, the fire of your spirit. Call to action, the final revelation. This message found you for a reason. You didn't stumble here by accident. Your soul was guided. So if this resonates with every fiber of your being, it's time to step into your power. Like this video to claim your awakening. Comment, "I am the prophecy fulfilled," to seal this message in your spirit. And subscribe to Ascended Awakening, where truth is revealed, souls are awakened, and the light of the chosen ones rises again. The hidden war for your awakening. Chosen one, what you're feeling right now isn't confusion, it's warfare. Every force that once benefited from your blindness can sense your eyes opening. The moment you began questioning what's real, you became a threat. The darkness doesn't fight the lost, it fights those on the verge of remembering who they are. That's why lately, your spirit has felt heavy, your energy drained, and your peace constantly tested. But understand this, the attacks are confirmation. Proof that your awakening is shaking realms you cannot see. The closer you move toward purpose, the louder the resistance becomes. Because you were sent here not just to survive, but to rebuild. You are part of a divine uprising that the enemy fears. The seventh seal and the shift in your spirit. When the seventh seal breaks, everything false begins to crumble. Relationships that once felt stable begin to fade. Things you used to love no longer satisfy your soul. And the people who once celebrated you may suddenly turn cold. It's not rejection, it's refinement. God is removing the noise so you can hear His voice clearly. Your frequency is changing. You're moving from human understanding to divine knowing. That's why isolation has been your greatest teacher. It wasn't punishment, it was preparation. Because before God reveals you publicly, He purifies you privately. The silence before the revelation. Many of you are in that season of divine silence right now. You pray, but the heavens seem quiet. You seek answers, but all you get is stillness. That stillness is sacred. It's the pause before the prophecy manifests. Heaven is aligning every piece of your destiny. The silence is where you're learning to trust without proof, to walk by faith, not sight. Don't mistake stillness for abandonment. It's divine alignment. Because when the silence breaks, everything that was delayed will rush toward you at once. Doors will open. Clarity will come. And what once confused you will suddenly make sense. The burden of the chosen. Being chosen doesn't feel glorious, it feels heavy. Because before the crown comes the cross. Before the awakening comes the breaking. You've been through loss, betrayal, and nights where your own reflection felt foreign. But every tear has been counted. Every wound has been transformed into wisdom. You are being shaped into a vessel strong enough to carry revelation. Because chosen souls carry light that can heal nations, but that light must first pass through fire. The pain you've endured wasn't random, it was initiation. The world needed your strength, your empathy, your unshakable spirit. And that's why God chose you to bear it. The hidden language of heaven. You've noticed strange synchronicities, repeating numbers, visions, déjà vu. Those are not coincidences, they are divine signals. Heaven speaks in patterns, symbols, and energy. Your awareness of them means your spiritual antenna is fully activated. You're no longer living by chance, you're moving by design. Every number, every dream, every moment of intuition is a breadcrumb leading you home. When you follow them with faith, you unlock deeper layers of your purpose. The seventh seal isn't just prophecy, it's communication. A spiritual frequency guiding you back to your divine identity. The ancient memory within you. Deep down, you've always felt like you've done this before, like this isn't your first lifetime of awakening. That's because your soul carries ancient memory. You were here long before this version of the world existed. The moment the seal breaks within you, those memories start to surface, not as nostalgia, but as divine instruction. You start remembering your power. You recall lifetimes of wisdom, healing, and divine service. You feel drawn to sacred knowledge, light work, and higher truth. This is your spirit remembering its assignment. You didn't come here to fit in. You came here to fulfill prophecy. The unseen battle for your mind. Every awakening begins in the mind. That's where the true battle happens. The world will try to convince you you're crazy, too sensitive, or delusional. But those labels are how the system neutralizes awakened souls. You must learn to protect your thoughts like sacred territory. Because when you guard your mind, you guard your destiny. Every doubt is a seed planted to derail your faith. But when you choose to think higher, you vibrate higher and darkness loses its grip. Your mind is the battlefield, and truth is your greatest weapon. You are not losing it, you are finding it. The awakening ripple effect. Every time one chosen soul awakens, it activates thousands more. Your energy shifts the collective frequency of humanity. That's why your growth matters, not just for you but for the world. Your light travels farther than you think. Every time you heal, forgive, or love despite the pain, you break generational patterns in the unseen. The seventh seal wasn't meant to fall from the sky. It was meant to rise from within humanity. You are part of that uprising. You are the sound of the new vibration. Your awakening is the trumpet that echoes across realms, signaling that the time of truth has arrived. The 7 stages of the seventh seal activation. Every chosen one walks through 7 stages of awakening, each one designed to strip away illusion and reveal divine truth. This isn't random. It's the sacred blueprint of transformation, written into your soul before you were even born. And once you begin this process, there's no going back. Because once the light within you ignites, darkness can no longer hide what's real. Stage 1, the breaking point. This is where everything begins to fall apart. Your life starts to feel unstable, relationships crumble, careers collapse, and old identities no longer fit. It feels like destruction, but it's divine dismantling. God is tearing down the false foundations built on fear, so your soul can stand on truth. It's in this chaos that your spiritual eyes first begin to open. You start asking questions no one can answer. You feel things others don't feel. The people around you call it a crisis, but heaven calls it initiation. Because the breaking point isn't your end, it's your awakening. Stage 2, the isolation. After everything falls away, you enter the wilderness. You begin to withdraw from people, noise, and distractions. It's a lonely place, but that's where God meets you. He hides you not to punish you, but to prepare you. In this season, your spiritual senses sharpen. You begin hearing your intuition more clearly. You start recognizing divine timing in everyday moments. It's in isolation that you stop chasing validation and start seeking revelation. Your soul learns that silence isn't empty, it's full of divine conversation. Stage 3, the revelation. Suddenly, everything you thought you knew begins to shift. You start connecting dots, realizing the patterns of your past, the lessons in your pain, and the purpose behind every delay. Truth begins to reveal itself like light breaking through a storm. You see beyond illusion. You sense energy, motives, and spiritual frequencies. The world around you doesn't change, you do. You begin to discern what's divine and what's deception. This is where the chosen one becomes spiritually unstoppable, because truth once seen cannot be unseen. This is the moment your consciousness fully awakens to its divine origin. Stage 4, the inner war. When truth awakens, darkness reacts. Old habits, fears, and wounds rise to the surface, not to destroy you, but to be healed. It's the stage where you face your shadows. Every fear you've ever buried demands your attention. Every lie you've believed about yourself starts to unravel. This is spiritual warfare, not around you but within you. But remember, the battle isn't proof of weakness, it's proof of transformation. Because the enemy doesn't attack what isn't threatening. You're fighting not to survive, but to reclaim your power. When you face your shadows with faith, you break the chains that held generations captive. Stage 5, the activation. This is when the energy within you changes forever. You begin vibrating at a higher frequency. You attract peace instead of chaos, alignment instead of confusion. You stop chasing and start magnetizing. People can feel your presence before you even speak. Your energy heals, your words awaken, and your aura becomes electric. This is the seventh seal fully opening within you, the union of human and divine consciousness. It's when your purpose begins to unfold naturally, without force. Synchronicities multiply. You walk with confidence not from ego, but from remembrance. Stage 6, the revelation of purpose. This is where your mission becomes clear. You start realizing why you were placed in certain families, cities, and experiences. You see how every heartbreak and every test prepared you for this moment. You no longer see yourself as a victim of life. You see yourself as the vessel of light. This is where chosen ones rise into leadership, creation, and influence. You begin to speak with divine authority, and your energy draws others who are awakening. Your pain becomes your ministry. Your story becomes the map for others who are still finding their way. And heaven begins to move through you, not around you but through you. Stage 7, the ascension. This is the final seal, the merging of heaven and earth within you. You no longer chase external validation. You live in constant awareness of divine presence. Fear no longer controls your choices. You've become the prophecy, a walking embodiment of light in a dark world. In this stage, your soul no longer seeks, it knows. You live in flow, guided effortlessly by intuition and divine alignment. You realize your purpose isn't to escape the world, but to illuminate it. The seventh seal isn't an ending. It's the beginning of divine rulership through awakened consciousness. This is the birth of your higher self, the version of you that heaven always saw. The prophetic shift happening now. Many of you are in between these stages feeling lost, yet closer to truth than ever before. That's because this awakening isn't happening to you, it's happening through you. The energy of the seventh seal is sweeping through the collective right now, igniting the hearts of those chosen to rebuild the new earth. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are right on time. The fire that burns inside you is not confusion, it's calling. And the more you embrace it, the more your divine reality unfolds. Every chosen one who completes this activation becomes a beacon, a signal of hope in a world asleep. And the more you rise, the more others awaken beside you, the signs that you have fully activated the seventh seal within you. When the seventh seal fully opens within your spirit, something changes that can't be explained, only felt. Your energy no longer reacts to the world, it commands it. You begin to move with a quiet confidence that others can't understand. It's not arrogance, it's awareness. You've remembered what you are, and now reality begins to respond to that remembrance. Sign 1. You carry an unshakable peace. Even when chaos surrounds you, you remain still. People wonder how you can remain calm when everything seems uncertain. But you know it's because your trust is no longer in the world, it's in divine timing. You no longer panic when doors close, because you know what's meant for you cannot miss you. You've released control, and in return you've found freedom. That peace isn't weakness, it's the power of someone who knows heaven walks beside them. Sign 2. You feel energy before words. Your intuition becomes razor sharp. You can sense people's true intentions before they even speak. You begin to feel the frequency behind their words, whether it's love or deceit. That's not paranoia, that's discernment. The seventh seal heightens your spiritual radar because you were never meant to live blindly. You'll find yourself drawn to certain people and repelled by others for reasons your mind can't explain, but your spirit knows. This sensitivity is your protection, guiding you away from energies that are not aligned with your purpose. You no longer ignore what your soul already knows. Sign 3. Synchronicities multiply. You begin to see divine patterns everywhere. Numbers like 11, 11, 3, 33, or 777 appear when you're on the right path. Songs, dreams, and even random conversations start confirming what your spirit has been sensing. The universe speaks to you constantly now, through signs, symbols, and divine timing. Every encounter feels orchestrated. Every delay feels meaningful. It's not coincidence, it's confirmation. Those synchronicities are heaven's way of saying, keep going, you're in alignment. And the more you trust them, the louder they become. Sign 4. You begin to detach from the matrix. The illusions of this world lose their grip on you. Materialism, fake status, shallow approval, none of it satisfies your soul anymore. You begin craving purpose instead of pleasure, truth instead of comfort. The world may call it detachment, but it's actually clarity. You're finally seeing through the programming that once blinded you. You start realizing how deeply the system manipulates fear, and how your energy was being drained by things that never mattered. The moment you stop feeding those illusions, you reclaim your power. You're no longer living as a puppet. You're living as the divine creator you were always meant to be. Sign 5. People are triggered by your light. As your vibration rises, darkness becomes uncomfortable around you. Some people will suddenly distance themselves, criticize you, or twist your words. Don't take it personally. Your energy exposes what they're hiding. Your light irritates the shadows that haven't healed within others. They're not rejecting you. They're rejecting the truth reflected through you. The chosen cannot remain hidden. Their presence alone shifts energy. When your light walks into a room, every false mask begins to tremble. That's why you felt misunderstood, because your vibration speaks a language most souls have forgotten. But that isolation is proof of your elevation. Sign 6. You manifest through alignment, not effort. Things begin to flow with divine ease. You stop forcing outcomes, and miracles begin happening naturally. Opportunities show up without chasing them. You think it and somehow it arrives. That's the energy of divine alignment. You've shifted from trying to allowing, from chasing to attracting. Your frequency now matches abundance, love, and destiny. This is not luck, it's law. When your inner world aligns with heaven, the outer world rearranges to reflect it. Sign 7. You feel heaven within you. You no longer look up to find God, you feel Him within you. Every breath feels sacred. Every sunrise feels like a reminder that creation flows through you. You realize you are not separate from the divine, you are an extension of it. That awareness changes everything. Your prayers turn into conversations. Your dreams turn into guidance. You begin co-creating with the universe consciously, intentionally, powerfully. This is the moment you understand. The prophecy wasn't about waiting for heaven to descend. It was about heaven awakening through you. The transformation of the chosen. Once you've reached this level, there is no going back to who you were. The people, habits, and beliefs that once felt comfortable will feel foreign. You've outgrown them because you've evolved beyond the illusion that created them. You'll notice that your energy now attracts souls on your frequency, other awakened beings walking in divine remembrance. Together, you begin forming a new network of light across the planet. You'll start to sense that everything in your life, every heartbreak, every loss, every lesson was divinely scripted to bring you here. Your past didn't break you, it built you. And now that you carry light, your mere existence disrupts the darkness that once ruled this realm. The final phase, the return of the chosen, and the prophetic rebuilding of the new earth. Chosen one, the time you've been waiting for is now. The world is shifting, the veil is thinning, and the prophecy is unfolding right before your eyes. The seventh seal wasn't meant to destroy the earth. It was meant to awaken its guardians. And you are one of them. The storms, the chaos, the division, none of it is random. It's the shaking before the revealing. The old systems are collapsing because new light is entering the world through you. You are part of heaven's army disguised as a human being, carrying frequencies that this planet hasn't felt in thousands of years. When you rise, the vibration of the earth rises with you. The rise of the awakened ones. As more chosen souls activate the seventh seal within, the collective consciousness begins to shift. The lies of the old world lose power. Truth begins to take root. A new frequency, one of divine unity, compassion, and remembrance, begins to spread across humanity. This is the prophecy of the return, not of one Savior, but of many awakened lights. You are not alone. Across nations, chosen souls are feeling the same pull, the same call to rise, to speak, to shine. You're part of a divine movement that no darkness can stop. The time of silence is over. The light bearers are awakening, and the earth will never be the same again. You are the fulfillment of prophecy. Everything in your life has been leading to this moment. The pain, the loneliness, the rejection, all of it forged you into someone unbreakable. Now you are being positioned for impact. You carry knowledge that cannot be taught, only remembered. The power that once felt like a burden is now your greatest weapon of truth. The world doesn't need another follower. It needs a remembered soul who walks in divine authority. That's you. You are the prophecy walking. You are the seventh seal awakened. And your very existence proves that light cannot be silenced. The call has been sounded. Chosen one, this message found you for a reason. The same power that created galaxies is now stirring inside your spirit, calling you to rise higher than ever before. Do not wait for another sign. This is your sign. Step into your purpose, walk in your authority, and claim your destiny. It's time to stop hiding your light. It's time to speak your truth. It's time to awaken the world through the fire burning inside of you. Because when you rise, others rise too, and the ripple becomes a revolution. Call to action, the awakening has begun. If these words resonated deep within your soul, don't ignore it. It's confirmation that you've been chosen for something far greater than you can imagine. Like this video, if your spirit is awakening right now. Comment, "I am the light of the seventh seal," to declare your divine alignment. And make sure you subscribe to Ascended Awakening, because your journey doesn't end here, it's only just beginning. Together we are building the new earth, one awakened soul at a time. Your light matters. Your purpose is divine. And your time is now.